If your ex left you right before you were supposed to get married, supposed to move in together, supposed to meet parents, or any kind of escalation of commitment, if your ex has a fear of commitment, watch this video for an explanation of why. I'm Benny Lichten-Wallner. I help people get their exes back. And for the person that has a fear of commitment, it's almost always a dismissive avoidance. Somebody that was emotionally neglected in childhood, or maybe they had an enmeshed parent, which kind of translates to neglect. But at the end of the day, it's somebody that has this dismissive avoidant attachment style. Now, there's two reasons why dismissive avoidants have this fear of commitment. And these are more my theories, but I've heard some of them alluded elsewhere. So I think there's something to it. Let me explain what I think. So the first thing is that because their emotions and their needs were minimized by their parents as a kid. Imagine you fall down, hurt your leg, and your dad's like, "Suck it up, buddy. It's going to be fine." And you're like, "No, it actually hurts really bad." That right there, they learn to not feel their feelings, and they don't know how to express them, right? And practice this communication thing where there's a two-way energy flow between them and their parents. That process right there is alien to them. So what ends up happening? Well, they avoid conflict because they can't keep up emotionally, right? There's a lot of feelings that float around when you're in an argument. You feel attacked, you want to say something back, you want to correct the record if the other person got a detail wrong because you feel like it's unfair. Well, with all these feelings coming into play, and you have zero emotional intelligence because it was drilled out of you by your parents, you can't keep up in an argument. So what do you end up doing? You end up avoiding conflict. So if you've been trained that your feelings don't matter in relationships, and you were kind of neglected to some level where you had to do a lot for yourself, you end up just kind of like handling shit on your own instead of asking for what you need via communication in the relationship. So dismissive avoidants end up people pleasing, and they end up losing themselves because they spread themselves so thin in their relationships. They do this in their friendships and at work as well, that they begin to kind of fear getting trapped in the relationship because they have to give, but they don't know how to ask for what they want to receive. Now, the second reason why dismissive avoidants fear commitment, in my opinion, is because they have this neglect identity. In other words, their ego has formed around this space where nobody cares about them, and they've kind of learned to just be, by themselves. So now all of a sudden, when you just like show them real love that they've never felt before, it's disorienting to the point where it threatens their own identity. Like, imagine you prided your own identity, your own ego, your whole self-worth on the basis of, being a great dancer. And now all of a sudden you enter into a world where there's no music whatsoever. So dancing's completely irrelevant. That world threatens your whole being, right? And so you want to get out of there, right? Because you want to go dance so people can appreciate you. So you can appreciate yourself. Same thing here. Now, if your ex broke up with you because of this commitment issue or this fear, click into my profile, click this link, set up a call with me, tell me your story, and I'll give you a step-by-step plan to get your ex back.